Tatiana Suarez, September 25th, UFC 266 against Roxanne Modafferi. Supposed to be fighting Roxanne Modafferi. Another injury, her knee, serious knee injury she had. She posted on her IG, and yeah, man, just really focusing on Tatiana with this, and the injuries. This is something, even as a fighter, you have to really, really consider, man, especially whenever you had injury after injury after injury. Is it wise to continue to try to put yourself through training camps and put yourself through the hell to try to get there if an injury is always going to come up, or if you're always going to reawaken something? We go back to Tatiana back in 2019, taking on Nina Asroff. She suffered an injury before the fight, because I know in the third round I think it was the neck again acting up. But I remember an interview she did where she said she was wrestling with somebody. She was on the mat wrestling, and I think she got in for the body lock, and her head, was in the arm of her partner, and she went for the body lock, and her head hit the wall, and she heard like a crack. I was like, oh shoot, she hit the crack, and then there was another point where she had the disc problem in her back, and then she broke her hand, and it was just like, wow, like all these injuries in training, and now this serious knee injury. It's just like so much going on here. Like, when is there a point where you kind of think to yourself, like, is it wise for me to try to get back in whenever I have so many injuries? It's not like one, it's not like one that always has like a broken wrist, or brittle hands. Like Floyd Mayweather had brittle hands. He just changed the style up. But when you're a fighter that has a knee, a back, a neck injury, it starts coming into question, should I be in there? Should I be in the octagon at this point? And that's something I see a lot of people talking about. They've been saying, will she be back? Some people just straight up say, I don't think she will. I don't think she'll ever fight again. And I would like to see her come back. Honestly, I would love to see Tatiana come back. And that's the fan part of me. And the fan part of me is disappointed that the fight's not happening, because, this fight held a lot of weight for her. But the caring part of me outweighs the fight in me so much that I'm the type of person that cares about this person's well-being more so. And I love to see her just ride off in the sunset and not even worry about fighting anymore if the injuries are that bad. Like if the knee injuries that severe, because the knees are critical to fighting. Shout out to Gordon Morris. He kind of broke it down to me about the knee injuries he's suffering from. And I don't know if I want to go ahead all through the personal stuff. Well, he did put up the comment section, but, he just kind of broke it down, not even in a fighting manner, but how dangerous it is, and how painful it can be, and how stressful it can be, trying to, just walk on bad knees, Matter of fact, I was just looking at one of his comments he made. Yeah, this is a comment he made on my Suarez video that I'll just kind of read through to y'all about Tatiana. But this is what he said. It's a terrible setback because while the knee is healing, this is coming from somebody that, has knee injuries, like I said, and it kind of give you the experience here. Gordon Morris said it's a terrible setback because the knee is healing, the leg muscles and every other muscle is dormant and losing mass and strength. Right. Yeah, I know that too. Yeah. Like once this part of your leg, like your knee is sitting, is injured, there's other parts that can't be worked. So every other muscle is dormant and losing mass and strength. It's so hard to maintain conditioning with the bad injury. Like you said, Connor and Chris, they'll take a long time to regain that former strength too. Yeah. Chris Weidman, just so y'all know, Chris Weidman has another surgery date lined up for August because the bone isn't healing the way it's supposed to be. The bone's not healing the way it's supposed to be in Chris Weidman's leg. So he has another surgery coming up. So you imagine that. Let's see. Gordon also said, even if Tony Ferguson seemed weaker in general after his comeback from his knee injury, his knee was fixed, but his overall muscle tone was visibly aged, right? Less taut looking, I think. They all may never be the same as they once were physically. Tatiana, too, and maybe Roxanne's strength and striking would have evolved more had she not repeatedly been sidelined with knee injuries. As one who broke both knees myself, referring to Gordon, and seriously injured / dislocated them more than once, I can testify to what it does to your overall physical strength. It diminishes it greatly. Tatiana's saga is tragic, but because of the promising prospect she was. On the other hand, Luke Rockhold seemed to come back pretty quickly, if I recall, and he still looked buff. Yeah, he looked buff. Yeah, but I know the strength wasn't as much there, but yeah, he was buff. But yeah, shout out to Gordon Morris, though. Yeah, I just wanted to read that part, share that part with y'all, because like he said, like suffering 2 knee injuries, and Gordon also just went on, like he said, he suffered injuries back in high school football, getting clipped in high school football practice and motorcycle accident. So it's a long, he wrote a long piece on it. I'll share the video here for y'all if y'all want to read it. I mean, he spilled a lot about his injury, and you can just kind of go back and look at some of the things that, you can really go back and look at what a knee injury can cause. Like when the knee goes, it's almost like so many other things go. Like even for Roxanne, like Roxanne had knee surgery. So Roxanne's, her movement, her strength and her power is going to be different. So many things are going to be different in there, man. So for Tatiana, she just had so many injuries. It's like, is it worth coming back to fight for? And that's a question. Y'all answer that for me too. What do y'all think? Is it worth coming back? I mean, for me, I'm kind of 50-50 on it, just because I think there's always going to be that flame in this person. Like if they retire now, mentally, their mind is always going to be somewhere else. And there's always going to be some type of stress where they didn't get a chance to release it, or at least try, or at least, being a fighter, they want to go out on a warrior shield. They want to die trying, right? Not all the time. Nobody really wants to fit, not die, but they want to at least put that fighter on the line and the warrior in there, and that warrior spirit dies in there. I think they would feel happier knowing that they tried. So it's just the warrior spirit. Oh, yeah, that's the name of Nico's documentary too, right? But yeah, I think one part of me wants to say I think Tatiana should give it a go if she can get the knee right, just to see where she could go with this. But if something happens again, I don't know if she should come back. Like if the neck acts up again, I don't know if she should come back, man, for real.